Hello, good morning. I hope this finds you all keeping well. Before I have a little chat with you today though, I thought you might like to see some beautiful flowers that I was given as a gift, and they are exquisite. Can you see them? Aren't those lovely colours? Aren't they just beautiful? And they certainly have cheered up our dining room and me every day when I've been looking at them. So today I was wanting to ask you, how many of you enjoy having your photograph taken? I'm somebody who doesn't particularly like having my photograph taken because I always seem to have what I think is a bit of a silly look on my face. However, recently I've been going through lots of photographs. I've been going through boxes that have come from my mum's house. And the surprises I've had are amazing because there have been some photographs that I've never seen before. And some of them have reminded me of times when I was young. So I thought, wonder if any of the children can think of photographs they've got in their homes that maybe are of a holiday, or maybe a school photograph when you first started school, or perhaps when it's been Christmas time, maybe playing outside in the garden, all sorts of situations where we take photographs. And the nice part is, whether they're on your phone or your iPad or on your computer, whether they are printed out or whether they are ones that someone has emailed to you, when you look at them and they're ones that you remember, you have a nice feeling. I think it's a lovely memory. And you forget that you've been away on holiday and you were at the caravan and there was that picture of you running around outside. And it makes you realise just how important our memories are. How nice it is for us to be able to look back, whether you are a 4-year-old listening to this, or whether you're a 10-year-old, or whether you're an adult. It's nice to look back and to look at the photograph and remember having done something, and maybe even remember the people who were there. I sometimes think the Bible is a bit like that. I think it's a bit like a photograph album. Now, lots and lots of very, very clever people probably don't agree with me, but I think when people in those days, a very long time ago, a long, long time ago in Jesus' time, they were thinking about how on earth would they be able to pass on the story, the good news. They couldn't take photographs. They couldn't put a picture in the newspaper so that people would hear about this amazing person. They could only rely on passing on the word to each other as accurately as possible, so people knew that Jesus was God's son and he was doing amazing things. So when I open up the Bible, whether it's an adult's Bible or as last week when I read from the children's Bible, it's only drawings that are there, and it's drawings of how people think Jesus may have looked from the descriptions in the Bible. So when I was a teacher, I would sometimes say to the children that the Bible was a bit like a photograph album, telling us everything that happened in the past, but important information about Jesus coming to earth and being here for over 30 years and making such a difference because he was and is God's son. So sometimes I think it would have been lovely to have had a photograph of perhaps Zacchaeus up that tree, or perhaps Jesus feeding all those people. But then it means we have to read the story carefully and picture it in our minds. We have to take a photograph in our mind's eye. And maybe that's not a bad thing, because it means we have to concentrate. So the next time you hear a story from the Bible, just you think, this is God's way of making sure that we hear all about his son Jesus and all about life before Jesus arrived and afterwards. At the end of this clip, you will see some pictures. They are pictures I didn't know existed, and they're of me. But one of them in particular, I remember. I was only 3.5, and I was sitting on a chair in a proper photographer's studio, and I had a ball on my knee, and this special picture was taken. And I've only just found it. And I was so excited. Now I'm 56, so that was a long time ago, but it's been a very special memory. Do you have special memories? Do you have a photograph in your house? If you do, when you finish watching this, you go and find it and have a look. And you give thanks to God. Say a little prayer and thank Him for the memory.